Well, how are you, Kyle? How you been?
Hey, how's it going, man? Good to be on here. I'm doing pretty good.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And I just wanted to know if you heard that introduction. I would have had you on even if we didn't have Chris on last Friday. You understand that?
I understand he's smarter, better looking. I get it.
Would you agree with that? Really? You don't just do you really believe that, Kyle?
Self-deprecation is kind of my thing. So.
Yeah, and plus, unlike Urlacher, you're one of us who is follically challenged, Kyle. Right?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't get to cash in like Black did, but I think God wanted us to shine, so shine we will.
I like it, Kyle. I like that attitude. Do you feel that the bandwagon is full of folks jumping on the Bears bandwagon, Kyle? Because I certainly see it. I feel it.
You can always use more and more fans, but I think the ones we've got are pretty awesome, and they've been steadfast in their belief in the Bears for at least the time that I've been here. I've been able to see firsthand.
Well, then let me walk you through one by one the bandwagon storylines that I'm hearing right now. That Trubisky looks so much more ready to go, and he looked ready to go coming out of the box last year, that he's going to have a tremendous season. Kyle, your thoughts on that?
I think Mitch has a tremendous support cast around him in addition to his obvious talent. But I think the thing that separates him is his ability to interact with his teammates and rally the guys around an idea and a belief and kind of an MO for this team. And, we've been obsessed with getting better since we first got here this spring, and Mitch has been the leader.
Well, give me an example of that. How has he led in the manner in which you just described?
Man, if we're in the huddle, if the guy breaks the huddle before he finishes the play call, he's the first one to call him out. He's also the first one to hold himself accountable and ask us to hold him accountable. He's still a rookie until Game 4, so we still get to mess with him in that regard. But you see his tremendous work ethic, and obviously the football end of it takes care of itself. I mean, he's a good football player, and he'll be able to excel. But just the way he is in the weight room, the way he is in meetings, the way he conducts himself, in our free time, I think really sets the example and sets the bar high for the rest of the team.
So how does he ask to be held accountable, or how has he held himself accountable to you, Kyle?
I mean, the little thing, whether it's with, if he doesn't feel his attitude is up to par, or he doesn't feel his body language or his tempo, we like to run from drill to drill, and he'll even keep himself in check. Like if the fat guys can run past him, he's not running hard enough. And, little things like that are what lets us know he is a competitor through and through. And a guy like Brian Urlacher, who you guys spoke with, he's another guy that wouldn't allow himself to get beat on the way to a drill, even something as small as that. If you're a competitor, you want to get beat all the time.
Kyle Long here on the Rich Eisen Show. And the other storyline that we hear as to one of the reasons why the Bears are going to excel this year is based on, it's a copycat league, and you got a second-year quarterback taken high atop the draft, getting hooked up with an offensive guru who's coming in this first year in the NFL. And that happened with Sean McVay and Jared Goff last year, and that's going to happen with Matt Nagy and Mitchell Trubisky. How has Matt Nagy's offense already looked to you, Kyle?
I just think the way he goes about his business, and he didn't want to overload us too much, and we've just been trying to get the basics of football in. We want to make sure that our huddle is perfect. We want to make sure we're getting to the ball perfectly. Guys are lining up in the right spots, and football is a game of inches, but it's also a game of very, very basic things. Especially it starts up front with the offensive line, and we have a new addition, Harry Heastan, the offensive line coach, who was previously here in Chicago. He did a great job in his time here. He was at Notre Dame the last few years, and he's been great for our room. We have the largest in terms of number of players on the field. We have the largest position group on the offense, and it starts with us, and we know that the other guys will follow suit.
And so how much different will the offense look from last year?
I'd say we got a lot of new personnel. That's something that you guys will see, and it'll be exciting to see some of these playmakers going out there and doing what they're supposed to do.
Give me one. Allen Robinson, for instance. I mean, how's he looked?
Yeah, Allen Robinson's a man. I've been around some big, physical, freakish wide receivers in my career, and Allen Robinson's right up there with him.
What about scheme-wise? Scheme-wise, looking different.
Well, we don't talk scheme, so.
Do
Come on, Rich.
Why? I mean, is that telling tales out of school? I mean, soon we'll be able to put
operational security, probably.
Operational security. I like it. All right, so then let's get down to the most important stuff. Are you watching the Cutler Cavallari reality show in that locker room?
Gosh, our left tackle Charles Leno got us all TVs for the dorm rooms, and I guess whoever set it up didn't really set it up the right way because I don't have any channels. But I keep up with the Cavallari, keeping up with the Cavallaris or the Cutlers, whatever it is, via text message because I can make fun of Jay. Very Cavallari. There you go. That's what it is.
It's very.
I apologize, Kristen. Don't hit me. But yeah, they do a great job. She's a powerhouse, man. She's a stud, and I think Jay's character traits are perfect for reality TV because he is an awesome guy to have on TV. As you guys see, what you see is what you get.
That is the real Cutler. We're getting the real Cutler there.
I've only seen clips of it, but what you see is what you get with Jay.
Which is
he's just dry. He's funny, and he pulls no punches.
Or he doesn't care. That's what it looks like. He just doesn't care. Kyle.
he's a good guy. And he does very well on TV. He does very well on TV.
He does. That's what I'm saying. He just that plays very well on this show. It's just like you got to be kidding me.
I'm interested to see the. You guys probably talk ratings all the time. I'm interested to see the ratings when Jay's on there.
Oh, you mean like spike? Does it spike? Is what you're saying? Just.
I mean, it's got to be a spike.
I don't know. I just think his wife probably gets more of a rating spike. I don't know how many folks are out there. It's on E? Is that what it's on?
It's on E. I fast forward through all the other stuff until Jay's on.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Hey,
he's the best part. Yeah, he's the best part.
I don't know how many people who watch E are like, oh, that's the guy from the Bears, from the Broncos. I don't know how many people know that. How would you be on a reality show, Kyle? Do you want one?
Man, I would probably be non-existent. I'd be. I don't know. I feel like if I made a cameo on that show, you get an idea of how little I'd want to be a part of it. But yeah, probably not. We live in a reality show here at live at Bears training camp. You know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying. It's the greatest reality show on television. Is the National Football League, sir. You've known that for a long time. Hey, this new helmet rule, everyone talks about the defense. This is going to apply to folks like you if you lead with your helmet and you're pulling, you're doing some sort of action. Are you concerned about this new rule being applied to offensive linemen, Kyle?
I'm glad you asked because everybody thinks it's a defensive thing. But, from a young age, my dad always taught me, see what you hit. And in that regard, it means keeping your face mask as the point of contact or your hands. Hands and feet are what win football games. If you put your head down, you don't see what you hit. You can get swam. You can get, swiped out of the way. But I think it's a really good progression to a safer tomorrow for the youth coming up that are going to be playing football. It's a smart way to teach kids, see what you hit. Don't put your head down. It puts yourself at risk as much as it puts the recipient of the contact at risk.
Are you concerned, though, that the officials are not on the same page for this yet, that there's an intent and a spirit that is, as you just pointed out, coming from a good place, but in terms of the actual adjudication of this, with the games right around the corner, we saw what happened in the game that you were in just last Thursday. Are you concerned about that?
My only concern is that it'll make this game so long. These games are going to get so long because everything will get looked at, will get reviewed. And I don't know if it's one of those things where they look at it and they have to make a decision on it, or if the call is the call. But I definitely noticed that there are a lot of breaks in the action, but it's preseason, and the points of emphasis from the officiating staff and the officiating crew all over the league is something that every 32 NFL teams had that video. We watched the video in training camp. So everybody knows what the rule changes are and what they're going to be looking at and looking at changing. And, we knew the flags would fly for that kind of stuff. So they just want to, hammer it home and get it through our heads that, no pun intended.
Yeah, I know, Kyle. I mean, we got to choose different words, right? To hammer it home, get it through your heads, right? I mean, that's not the spirit of this thing.
But yeah, it's a point of emphasis. So
yes,
I have no argument against that.
And give me your best Urlacher memory, as you just pointed out, right there. Brian going in.
Just probably all the stories I've heard about Brian as a teammate. You know, his spirit. It's something that a lot of the staff that has been here since I've been here were here when Brian was.
Oh, so you came in just after him, right? He just retired and you just
right
walked
when
in the
I showed
door.
up in 13, Brian had left, and so that was really my only gripe. I never got to play with 54, and he is a legend around here. And the great thing is he's present in our facility, and he's somebody that's around, and it's important for young guys and old guys to see him around and get to pick his brain.
Hey, Kyle, thanks for the time, man. So you have no TV in at training camp? Is that what you're saying? No screen time?
No TV.
What the hell? Are you fine with that? Are you good with that?
I'm good with that. I have an iPad, so I can look at all our scheme.
Okay, your scheme that you're not revealing whatsoever at all.
Yeah, it's just football.
Just football, says Kyle Long. Okay, I'll take that. I'll do my best with it. And at least you got your iPad. You could keep up with Cutler on Very Cavallari or Keeping Up Cavallari, whatever the hell.
Exactly.
Got it. All right, Kyle. You take care of yourself, brother. Let's
Thank
chat
you,
soon.
guys. Take it easy.
Oh, you bet. That's Kyle Long.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.